All right, so welcome to this video. Today we'll be looking at alpha and beta roots. And to be specific, today we'll be looking at the questions of the alpha and beta roots that involve us to construct a new quadratic equation from the given roots. Okay, so in the other video, just search on my the YouTube channel, okay? We are simplifying. We are given a certain expression for roots and then we find the exact value. But here we'll be doing something different. We'll be constructing a new quadratic equation from the given roots. Okay, so the new quadratic equation is always in this form. Okay, it's going to be x squared minus the sum of the roots and then x, okay, and then plus the product of the roots is equals to 0. So this is the format in which the new quadratic equation that we are going to be constructing is always in. So when you are given two roots, your duty is just to find the sum of those roots and the product of those roots. Then you are going to input them into this formula. Then you are good to go. You've constructed a new quadratic equation. So now let's look at the first one here. So they're saying here, if alpha is equals to 2 and beta is equals to 3, find a quadratic equation whose roots are, okay, alpha plus beta and beta plus alpha plus 1 and beta plus 1. Okay, so we said when we're given two roots, our duty is just to find the sum and the product, and then we add them there. Okay, so here it's even easier because we've been given the values of alpha and beta. So I'll say my first root, okay, my first root there is alpha plus 1, which is equals to. So I'll say where there's alpha, I put 2 plus 1, that will just be 3. My other one is beta plus 1, which will just be 3 plus 1 is equals to what? To 4. So my new two roots that I have are 3 and 4. So I'm just going to find their sum, which will just be 3 plus 4 equals to 7. Their product will be equals to 3 multiplied by 4. That will just be what? 12. So to find a new quadratic equation, which has these roots here, okay, we're just going to say we're getting this formula, so it will be x squared minus the sum, we found it was 7, and then x plus the product, we found it was 12, is equals to 0. So the new quadratic equation that will have such roots is just x squared minus 7x plus 12 is equals to 0. Done. Okay, what about the other one? So the other one that we have there is that we have the roots alpha minus 2. So alpha is 2 minus 2, that will be 0. So this is my first root. The other one is beta minus 2. So now beta or beta is 3 minus 2, which will just be 1. So 0 and 1 are my roots. So what is the sum? The sum is going to be 0 plus 1, which will just be 1. Then the product of those, okay, will be equals to 0 multiplied by 1, which will just be 0. So the new equation will be x squared minus the sum, which is 1, x, and then plus the product, which is 0, is equals to 0. So it means this just reduces to x squared minus x is equals to what? To 0. Okay, so that's the new quadratic equation, this one here. Right, let's look at the other ones from part B. So the other ones from part B, okay, they're saying if alpha is minus 1, beta is 4, form a quadratic equation whose roots are 2 alpha and 2 beta. Okay, so again, I'm going to say 2 alpha is equals to 2. The alpha have been given as minus 1. So this will just be minus 2. Okay, and then I have 2 beta, which is equals to 2. The beta is 4. So I have what? 8. Okay, so I have 8 there. So now let's find their sum. Okay, because these are the two roots here, minus 2 and 8. So it means their sum is going to be equals to minus 2 plus 8, which will just be 6. And then the product will be equals to minus 2 multiplied by 8, which is minus 16. So the new quadratic equation, okay, will just be x squared minus the sum x and then plus the product minus 16 is equals to 0. So we get x squared minus 6x minus 16 is equals to 0. Okay, so that's the new quadratic equation that we get there. Okay, the other ones, it's alpha divided by 2, beta divided by 2. So alpha divided by 2 is equals to alpha is minus 1 and then divided by 2. So that is the first root. The second root is beta over 2. So beta is 4 divided by 2. That will just be what? 2. So this is the second root. So now find the sum of those roots to be minus half plus 2. Okay? Minus half plus 2. What are we going to get? Okay. Minus half plus 2. What are we going to get? So we add. So it will be 2 minus half. So that will be over 1. So this will be 2. 2. So it will be 4 minus 1. So that will be 3 over 2. Okay, so the sum is actually 3 over 2 for these two roots that we are going to what? To get. Okay, and then the product is going to be equals to minus 1 over 2 multiplied by 2. So that will just give me minus 1. So the new quadratic equation will be x squared minus the sum, which is 3 over 2, x, okay, and then plus the product minus 1 is equals to 0. So this will just be x squared minus 3 over 2x minus 1 is equals to 0. So now we never leave a quadratic equation with a fraction. So I have to get rid of that 2 that I can see in the denominator there. So I'm just going to multiply throughout by a 2. Okay, so meaning that I'm just going to have 2x squared minus 3x minus 2 is equals to 0. So this one here is the new quadratic equation, okay, for these roots there. All right, what about the next one? So the next one, they're saying if alpha is equals to 1, beta is equals to 5, find the quadratic equation whose roots are that. Okay, so it's the same thing that we're going to do. First, we find the values of this because we've been given the values of alpha. So the first root is 3 plus alpha, which will just be 3 plus 1, 4, my first root. My second root will be 3 plus beta, which will be equals to 3 plus 5, that will just be 8, my second root. Okay, so the roots that I have now are just going to be 4 and 8. So what is the sum of 4 and 8? It's just 12. What is the product? Okay, of I have 4 multiplied by 8. Okay, so 4 multiplied by 8 is simply 32. So now the new quadratic equation will just be x squared minus the sum, which is 12x, plus the product is equals to 0. So I have x squared minus 12x plus 32 is equals to what? To 0. So that's the new equation there. Okay, I'll move on to the next one. So the next one has minus alpha minus beta. So the first root will be minus alpha, which will just be equals to minus 1. The second root will be minus beta, which will just be equals to minus 5. So now we find the sum of those roots. So the sum will be minus 1 plus minus 5. So this will just give me minus 6. The product will be equals to minus 1 multiplied by minus 5, which will be equals to what? To 5. Okay, so that's the product. And then the new quadratic equation will just be x squared, okay, minus the sum x, and then plus the product is equals to 0. So this will be x squared minus, in fact, this will be negative multiplied by negative, so I get plus 6x plus 5 is equals to what? To 0. So this is my new quadratic equation. All right, so you see, it's very simple to find these things. All right, so now before we solve the last question, which is D here, okay, I would like to show you guys our website. Okay, so we have a website full of lessons on all the things that you're going to be doing in first year. So you can go to Chrome, okay, and then just type in discrete Okay, so discretelearning.com, and then you go there. So if you do not have an account, you'll be requested to create an account. Okay, so once you create an account, you log in, you're going to find these courses here. So you can register for whatever course that you want: math, chemistry, physics, biology, whatever you want. Okay, so for example, if you go in this chemistry course, once you register for it, okay, so if you're in first year, you go in the general chemistry here. Once you're in general chemistry, you're going to find topic lessons, summarized notes, tutorial sheets and assignments, past quiz, tests and exam papers, lab report, samples. Okay, so whatever you want to access, you can access it. So for example, okay, if I go maybe to tutorial sheet. Okay, if I go to tutorial sheets and then I go maybe Mukuba. Okay, so you're going to find the folders for your university, depending on the university where you're coming from. Okay, so once you are in the folder, you can see we have divided the videos into in-texts. Okay, so all the 2025-2026 videos for this specific university will be there. Okay, and then we also have this folder here written as easy videos. So in these easy videos, you're going to find tutorial videos on all the topics that you can think of in chemistry. So you can see units, measurements, significant figures, uncertainty, stoichiometry, gases, gas laws, atomic structure, intermolecular, chemical bonding, thermochemistry and thermodynamics, acid and bases, organic chemistry. You're going to find all the videos. So we have a lot of videos here on tutorial sheet questions. You can use them to learn and study at your own time, at your own pace, even in your blankets. All right, so those are the tutorial sheet videos, but if you want, you can go to topic lessons here. Okay, we have topic lessons on all the topics that you're going to cover. So they have been well organized for you. So you can see from introduction to chemistry, units and measurements, accuracy and precision, uncertainty and errors. All these videos are there all the way up to nuclear chemistry. Okay, so you can use them to learn at your own time, at your own pace. And it's not just chemistry, as we saw. You can also register for math, physics, biology, any course that you want. Okay, so now let's go back and finish this guy here. Okay, or maybe I forgot to mention, if you want to register, just check the link in the description here. We're going to have the link to our website, to our mobile app, where you can download the videos and watch offline. Okay, and then also you have the link to the video registration guide. It's going to tell you everything that you need to know for you to register and be able to access those lessons. All right, so let's look at this guy here now. Okay, so this guy here is a little bit different from this one that we did here and the one that we did here, because there we will not been given the values of alpha and beta. So here they're just saying, if alpha and beta are the roots of this quadratic equation, okay, find the equation whose roots are, okay. So it means here, first of all, we have to find the sum and the product of the roots. Okay, so we know that alpha plus beta is equals to minus b divided by a. And alpha multiplied by beta, this is c divided by a. So let's get our a, our b, and our c from this quadratic equation here. So my a is the coefficient of x squared, so that is 1. My b is the coefficient of x, so that is minus 2. My c is the coefficient of, my c is just a constant. So meaning this guy will be minus, the b is minus 2 divided by the a, which is 1. So this will just be what? 2. And then the c is 3, okay, divided by a. This will just be what? 3. So this means alpha plus beta is equals to 2. Alpha multiplied by beta is equals to what? To 3. So that's what we have there. And then using that information, we're going to find the new quadratic equations for all these guys here. Okay, so we start with the first one. So we just have to find the sum of these roots and the product. So the sum is going to be equals to alpha plus 2, okay, plus beta plus 2. We're just adding these two roots. So this will give me alpha plus beta plus 2 plus 2. So that will be 4. So this will just be equals to Okay, so alpha plus beta, we have the value there, which is 2, and then plus 4, that will just be what? 6. So the sum of the roots on part 1 is giving me 6. Okay, it's giving me 6. What about the product? So the product will be alpha plus 2 multiplied by beta plus 2. So this will be alpha multiplied by beta, I get alpha beta. Alpha multiplied by 2, I get plus 2 alpha. 2 multiplied by beta, I get plus 2 beta. Then 2 multiplied by 2, I get plus 4. So this will just be alpha beta plus 2, then alpha plus beta plus 4. So this will just be equals to alpha multiplied by beta, that is 3, plus 2, alpha multiplied, alpha plus beta, that is 2, and then plus 4. Okay, so this value is this value. This value is that value. So we get 3 plus 4 plus what? 4. So meaning here we're just going to have 3 plus 4 plus 4. So 3 plus 4 plus 4, we're going to get 11. So the product is what? 11. Okay. So once you have the product and the sum, then you are done finding your new equation. So the new quadratic equation is always in this form. X squared minus the sum of the roots, and then x plus the product of the roots is equals to 0. So meaning here I'm going to have x squared minus the sum of the roots is 6, and then x plus the product is simply what? 11 is equals to 0. So this one here will be my new quadratic what? Equation. All right, so let's solve the second one. So on the second part now, we want to find the quadratic equation whose roots are these. So the first thing is always to find the sum. So meaning I'm adding 1 over beta plus 1 over what? Alpha. So this will just be alpha beta. Beta into alpha beta, I get alpha. Alpha multiplied by 1, I get alpha plus alpha into alpha beta, I get beta. And then beta multiplied by 1, I get beta. So this will just be equals to alpha plus beta, it's 2. Alpha multiplied by beta is 3. So it means my sum of the roots is 2 over 3. Let's find the product. Product will be equals to 1 over beta multiplied by 1 over alpha. So we're just going to get 1 over alpha beta. So this will just be 1 over 3. So the product is 1 over 3. Okay, so once we have the sum and the product, then we can find the new quadratic equation, which is always in this form. Okay, so alpha squared minus the sum is 2 over 3, and then I have x plus the product is 1 over 3 is equals to 0. Okay, so simply meaning we have x squared minus 2 over 3x plus 1 over 3 is equals to 0. But we never leave a quadratic equation, okay, in terms of fraction form. So I have to remove all these denominators there, which are 3. So I'm just going to multiply throughout by 3. So I'll get 3x squared minus, okay, 3 multiplied by this, the 3 cancels out, so I have 2x, and then 3 multiplied by this, I get plus 1 is equals to 0. Okay, so that would be my new equation there. Okay, to be 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. Right, what about the third one? Okay, we're going to do the same. So we find first the sum of the roots, and then we find the product. So here it is sum is equals to 1 over alpha squared plus 1 over beta squared. So this will be, the common denominator here will be alpha squared, beta squared. So alpha squared into this, I'm going to get beta squared plus beta squared into this, I'm going to get alpha squared. So this will just be alpha squared plus beta squared divided by alpha, beta, and then I'll put the squared outside like that. Okay, but I know the identity for this guy. The identity for this guy, it's simply alpha plus beta squared, okay, minus 2 alpha beta. So if you are lost okay, search for the other video on the alpha and beta roots on my YouTube channel, where where we are showing you how we can find the values of different given roots like this. Okay, so in that video, we derived this formula. Okay, so down I have alpha, beta, and then squared. So this will just be alpha plus beta is 2 squared minus 2. Alpha multiplied by beta is 3 divided by 3 squared. So I have 4 minus 6 divided by 9. So this will just simply be minus 2 over 9. Okay, so simply meaning that my sum, okay, simply meaning that my sum is minus 2 over 9. Okay, my sum is minus 2 over 9. So I write here sum is equals to minus 2 over 9. Okay, let's look at the product. So the product of the roots is just going to be equals to 1 over alpha squared multiplied by 1 over beta squared. So I'm just going to get 1 over alpha squared beta squared, which will be 1 over alpha beta and then squared. So this will just be 1 over 3 squared, which is 1 over 9. Okay, so my new quadratic equation, x squared minus the sum minus 2 over 9, x plus the product 1 over 9 is equals to 0. So now we don't leave fractions. I'm going to multiply throughout by 9. So 9 multiplied by this, I get 9x squared. This negative multiplied by the negative 2, I get positive 2 over 9. And then multiplied by 9, I get plus 2x plus 1 over 9 multiplied by 9, I get 1 is equals to 0. Okay, so this here is the new quadratic what? Equation. All right, so that's what you do in order to find these new quadratic equations. Okay, so for the last three, I'm just going to solve one of them, this one. Then this one, I'll leave it as your homework, even this one as your homework, so you can get to practice. So once you do, you can send your answers to 0779 96 40 10. Okay, and then I'll be able to tell you if what you're doing is correct or you need improvements. So let's find the last one. These ones, I'm using those. So the sum is going to be equals to alpha over beta plus beta over alpha. So the common denominator is alpha beta. Beta into alpha beta, it's beta. Multiplied by the alpha, alpha beta. Plus alpha into this, it will be beta. Okay. No. I got it wrong here. Okay, so we are saying alpha into alpha beta. It gives me beta. And then beta multiplied by the, here, beta into alpha beta, I get alpha. And then alpha multiplied by alpha, I get alpha squared plus beta, alpha into alpha beta, I get beta. Beta multiplied by beta, beta squared. So I know the identity. Okay, I know the identity for this guy. So that will just be alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta divided by alpha beta. Okay, so alpha plus beta is 2 squared minus 2 multiplied by 3 divided by 3. So this will just be 4 minus 6 divided by 3. So this will be minus 2, 3. All right, so my sum, okay, for this case will be minus 2 over 3. Let's find the product. So the product is going to be equals to alpha over beta multiplied by beta over alpha. So this will just be alpha there, okay, cancels with the alpha, beta cancels with the beta. So I just get 1. Okay, or if you want, you can actually multiply alpha and that, alpha beta divided by beta and that, alpha beta. So we're just going to get 1. So the product is 1. So my new equation will be x squared minus the sum minus 2 over 3, x and then plus 1 is equals to 0. So this is x squared plus 2 over 3x plus 1 is equals to 0. Then I multiply throughout by 3 to remove this fraction. So 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 is equals to 0. Okay, so that is my, This one here should be 3. Okay, because I'm multiplying by 3. So that would be 3 is equals to 0. So this one here is my quadratic equation whose root will be alpha over beta and beta over alpha. Okay, so for the other ones, this one and this one, you can try them out. Then you send your solutions to this number. Okay, and then I'll be able to help you if you're doing the correct thing or the wrong thing. All right, so this has been Tutor Solutions. I was there for you.